Hey, friends! This time we're taking a look at Batwoman. No, not that idiot. I'm talking about the Batwoman from 1968. This movie was one of a series of movies starring Mexican wrestlers, and that's practically a genre in and of itself. These wrestlers would be superheroes, spies, government agents, you name it, fighting on the side of law and order. Probably the most famous of these was Santo, who was pretty much a superhero and was in a long-running series of films. Anyway, as for the Batwoman, our story goes like this. Law enforcement is baffled by a string of deaths among athletes, specifically professional wrestlers. Turns out they're being murdered. So, to crack the case, they call in the mysterious Batwoman. Now, this chick is super awesome at everything. A first-class athlete, highly skilled in the use of weapons and all kinds of stuff, and she works as a sort of freelance secret agent of justice. She also happens to be a lady wrestler. She wears her bat mask to hide her true identity, which is only known to one or two confidants in law enforcement. Now, the baddie of the piece is a low-rent Bond villain who's trying to make a human-fish hybrid. He's been killing athletes in order to extract fluid from their pineal gland, which is a very old horror movie trope. Supposedly, according to the Mad Scientist's Handbook, pineal gland fluid can be made into some kind of super serum or something. This guy wants to use it to make, well, basically the Gill Man from the creature from the Black Lagoon. Anyway, that's what the bad guy's after, and it winds up killing the victims, which he dumps on the beach. That's a job he leaves to his assistant, Igor. No, literally, his name is Igor. They operate out of a big yacht in the harbor, so Batwoman has to crack the case and stop the bad guy, all while wearing a bat bikini. I could think of a lot of other ways this sexy chick could help out mankind, but they didn't ask me. Anyway, Batwoman goes into action to save the day. No doubt the filmmakers here were cribbing from the famous Batman TV series that came out in 1966, just 2 years prior. For some reason, they were able to escape unscathed from the copyright lawyers and were able to make this picture, and I'm very glad they did. Now, behind the scenes, Maura Monti, the sexy lady playing the Batwoman, had a bit of trouble doing the fights and whatnot in her bat bikini. And it turns out she was getting a wedgie from the bat undies, both in the back as well as in the front. Ouch! She appeared in several goofy movies like this, including Santo and the Martian Invasion, and SOS Operation Bikini. Her career was relatively short, though, starting in 1965, and her last film credit was in 1971. Fortunately, she did this movie, and she's really good. Sexy, too. Director René Cardona helmed a bunch of these wrestlers as superheroes or secret agents kind of movies. They're a whole thing. Maybe I'll have to review a few more of these. This one was dopey, sure, but it was also kind of fun. Definitely a time capsule type of picture. The funny thing is, although obviously made on a rather scanty budget, the Batwoman from 1968 is still vastly better in every single possible way than the crappy Batwoman CW TV series. Better written, better acted, better villains, better fights, just about everything. So I'm giving the Batwoman 2 paws up. It's a hoot to be sure and a lot of fun, so check it out. I got it on DVD, and it came as a double feature with another wrestler picture called The Panther Women. I haven't watched that one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Hey, you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.